From ancient dreams of flying like birds to the high-speed jets that connect our world today, the story of aviation is one of imagination, experimentation and bold human achievement. For centuries, inventors and pioneers have defied gravity and pushed the boundaries of what was possible in the sky. This journey takes us through the sketches of Leonardo da Vinci, the daring of early glider pilots, the breakthroughs of powered flight, and the rise of modern airspace giants like Boeing and Airbus. Each chapter in aviation history builds on the last, shaping the way we travel, explore and understand our world. Welcome to Personality Matters, the channel where we explore how people impacted the world. Today, we will be talking about the key figures in the history of aviation. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. More than 400 years before the Wright brothers, Leonardo da Vinci envisioned the future of flight. While he never built a successful flying machine, his notebooks contain over 500 sketches of flying devices, mechanical wings, gliders and even a rudimentary helicopter. His observation of bird flight and deep curiosity about aerodynamics laid the philosophical and conceptual groundwork for modern aeronautics. Fast forward to the 19th century, Sir George Cayley, a British engineer, is often called the father of aerodynamics. He was the first to clearly identify the four forces of flight: lift, thrust, drag and weight. Cayley built the first manned glider that could carry a human aloft. He bridged the gap between flight theory and real-world experimentation, making him a foundational figure in aviation history. With the groundwork laid, the 19th century brought a new wave of innovators who were determined to get airborne. Known as the Glider King, German aviator Otto Lilienthal took flight over 2,000 times using gliders he designed and built himself. He was the first to make well-documented, repeated flights with gliders, and his detailed studies of wind shapes and flight dynamics became essential reading for future aviation pioneers. Tragically, he died in a glider crash in 1896, but not before inspiring a new generation, including the Wright brothers. An American astronomer and physicist, Samuel Langley, built and tested some of the earliest powered aircraft models. Though his larger manned Aerodrome failed to launch successfully just days before the Wright brothers' success, Langley's contributions to powered flight research were significant, particularly in propulsion systems and aircraft design. No story of aviation is complete without the Wright brothers, two bicycle mechanics from Ohio who forever changed the world. After years of research, glider tests and mechanical innovation, the Wright brothers achieved the first controlled sustained powered flight on December 17, 1903. The airplane, the Wright Flyer, flew for 12 seconds, but it was enough to prove that powered flight was possible. The brothers' use of wind tunnel testing and a three-axis control system demonstrated their deep understanding of aeronautical engineering. As the 20th century began, innovators around the world raced to develop powered flight further. A rival to the Wright brothers, Glenn Curtiss, was a brilliant innovator who helped build the foundation of the American aviation industry. He pioneered the flying boat, a seaplane capable of long-range travel, and played a vital role in the early development of naval aviation. His company would eventually merge into what became Curtiss-Wright Corporation, a cornerstone of aviation manufacturing. While the Wright brothers were making progress in the United States, Brazilian inventor Alberto Santos-Dumont was making headlines in Europe. In 1906, he flew a heavier-than-air aircraft in Paris under public scrutiny, an event widely recognized in Europe as the first successful flight. Santos-Dumont also designed dirigibles and small personal flying machines, and his work helped popularize aviation in Europe. Aviation quickly evolved from experimentation to military application, especially during the World Wars. A race car driver turned into a fighter pilot. Eddie Rickenbacker became the top American ace of the First World War, with 26 confirmed aerial victories. He was also a Medal of Honor recipient and later went to lead Eastern Airlines, shaping both military and commercial aviation in the United States. In 1927, Charles Lindbergh captivated the world with his solo non-stop transatlantic flight. Piloting the Spirit of St. Louis, he flew from New York to Paris, completing the journey in 33 hours. His daring flight proved the potential of long-distance air travel and made him an international icon. Aviation soon transformed from a military tool and adventurous pursuit to a vital part of modern life. Amelia Earhart broke records and shattered stereotypes. In 1932, she became the first woman to fly solo non-stop across the Atlantic Ocean. She was a tireless advocate for women in aviation and pursued bold goals, including her ill-fated attempt to fly around the world in 1937. Her legacy endures as a symbol of courage and determination. A billionaire, entrepreneur, inventor, and Hollywood producer, Howard Hughes was also a brilliant aviator. He set multiple airspeed records and designed innovative aircraft like the H-1 Racer and the massive H-4 Hercules. Though eccentric, his obsession with aviation technology helped push boundaries in commercial and military aviation alike. In 1947, US Force test pilot Chuck Yeager became the first person to break the sound barrier in level flight, flying the Bell X-1 at Mach 1. His achievement marked the beginning of the supersonic age and paved the way for space exploration and high-speed aviation. In the Soviet Union, Andrei Tupolev emerged as a leading aircraft designer, whose innovations shaped military and commercial aviation for decades. A pioneer of all-metal aircraft construction, he led the design of over 100 aircrafts, including his famous bomber used during the Second World War, and the Tu-144, the world's first supersonic passenger jet to take flight. His Tu-95 bomber remains in use to this day. His work placed the USSR at the forefront of global airspace technology during the Cold War, and his design bureau became a powerhouse in aviation history. Founded in 1916, Boeing grew from manufacturing seaplanes to becoming a dominant force in global aviation. With iconic aircraft like the Boeing 707, the first successful commercial jetliner, and the widely used 737 and 747 series, Boeing helped shape the modern airline industry. Its innovations in commercial and military aviation made it a pillar of American airspace engineering. Meanwhile, in Europe, Airbus was established in 1970 as a consortium to compete with American manufacturers. It introduced the A300, the first twin-engine wide-body jet, and later revolutionized air travel with the A320's fly-by-wire controls. Airbus further cemented its place in history with the A380, the world's largest passenger aircraft. Today, Boeing and Airbus lead the global airspace market, producing the aircraft that connect continents and define how we travel and transport goods across the skies. Aviation has come a long way, from wooden gliders and hand-drawn sketches to supersonic travel and global commercial fleets. The vision and perseverance of countless pioneers transformed flight from a dream into a defining feature of modern life. Today, airplanes are not just machines, they are symbols of innovation, connection, and possibility. And as technology continues to evolve, the skies remains a place where human creativity and ambition take flight. Thank you for watching Personality Matters. See you next time.